Have you ever stopped to wonder if the small, everyday choices you make could be quietly stealing your health? As we step into our 50s, 60s, and beyond, it's so easy to slip into habits that seem harmless, but could be robbing you of your energy, your joy, and even years of vibrant living. For over 25 years, I've had the privilege of working with seniors across the US, UK, and Australia, helping them rediscover their vitality and embrace their golden years with strength and purpose. Today, I'm diving deep into 7 common health mistakes seniors make that could harm your health, and I'm sharing practical, research-backed strategies to help you avoid them. These insights come from my experience, heartwarming stories, and trusted studies from places like the American Heart Association and the Journal of the American Geriatrics Society. So, grab a cozy seat, maybe a warm cup of tea or coffee, and let's explore how you can protect your health and keep thriving. You deserve to feel your best, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Mistake 1. Skipping regular health check UPS. Let's start with a mistake so many of us are guilty of: skipping those regular doctor visits. I know nobody loves the hassle of scheduling appointments, sitting in waiting rooms, or getting poked and prodded. Maybe you feel fine and think, why bother? But regular checkups are like a safety net for your health. They catch problems early before they spiral into something serious. A 2021 study in the Journal of the American Geriatrics Society found that seniors who attend annual checkups are 30% less likely to be hospitalized for preventable conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes complications, or early-stage cancers. That's a powerful number. Early detection can mean the difference between a simple treatment and a life-altering health crisis. Take Linda, a 62-year-old retiree from Ohio. Linda was a heart of her community, always chasing after her grandkids, tending her vegetable garden, and organizing bake sales at her local church. She felt healthy, full of energy, and thought she didn't need those yearly checkups. For 3 years, she skipped them, convinced she was fine. But one day, her daughter, Emily, insisted she go for a routine visit. The doctor discovered Linda's blood pressure was dangerously high, something she couldn't feel, but was silently straining her heart and blood vessels. Without symptoms, Linda had no idea she was at risk for a stroke or a heart attack. Her doctor prescribed a low-dose medication, recommended cutting back on salty snacks, and suggested short daily walks. Linda took it seriously, and within months, her numbers were back in a safe range. Now, she's back to playing tag with her grandkids, worry-free, and she never misses a checkup. Linda's story is a reminder: don't wait for your body to send a warning signal. Schedule those yearly appointments. Get your blood work done, and monitor key numbers like cholesterol, blood sugar, and blood pressure. But checkups are about more than just catching problems. They're about prevention. Your doctor can recommend vaccines like the flu shot or the shingles vaccine, which are critical for seniors. A 2022 report from the CDC noted that the shingles vaccine reduces the risk of complications like post-herpetic neuralgia, a painful nerve condition, by 90% in adults over 50. These visits also give you a chance to discuss concerns you might dismiss, like occasional fatigue or joint aches. If you're unsure where to start, ask your doctor for a comprehensive checkup tailored to your age and health history. You might need a mammogram, prostate screening, or bone density test, depending on your risks. If transportation or cost is a barrier, look into community health clinics or telehealth options, which are more accessible than ever. Taking this step is a gift to yourself and your loved ones. It's about staying vibrant for the moments that matter. Mistake 2. Ignoring physical activity. Next, let's talk about staying active, or the mistake of letting movement slip away. As we age, it's tempting to slow down. Maybe your knees creak, your back protests, or you think exercise is for younger folks. But physical activity is one of the most powerful tools to keep your body strong, your heart healthy, and your mind sharp. A 2023 report from the American Heart Association found that regular exercise can reduce the risk of heart disease by up to 20% in adults over 60, improve mobility by 15%, and lower the risk of falls, which are a leading cause of injury in seniors. A 2019 study in the British Journal of Sports Medicine added that even light activity, like walking or gardening, can reduce the risk of depression by 17% in older adults. Movement isn't just about staying slim. It's about living well. Let me share George's story. George, a 67-year-old from Manchester, was once an avid gardener, spending hours tending his roses and vegetable beds. But when his back started bothering him, he stopped. He figured it was just part of aging and spent more time on the couch, watching TV or reading the paper. Over time, he noticed he was stiffer, more tired, and even felt a bit down. His daughter, Sarah, worried about his declining energy, invited him to join a local walking group at the park. George was skeptical. Walking didn't sound like much of a workout, but he agreed to try it for her sake. The first day, he managed a slow 15-minute walk, chatting with others about the weather and their favorite plants. After a few weeks of 30-minute walks, 3 times a week, George felt stronger, his back pain eased, and he slept better. Best of all, he made new friends who shared his love of a good chat over tea. George even returned to light gardening, using ergonomic tools to protect his back. Now, he's planting a small vegetable patch for next spring and feels more alive than he has in years. The science is clear. You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights. The CDC recommends 150 minutes of moderate activity a week, like brisk walking, swimming, or chair yoga, for adults over 50. If that sounds daunting, start small. 10-minute walks, stretching at home, or even dancing to your favorite music. A 2020 study from the University of Sydney found that seniors who engage in low-impact activities like water aerobics report a 25% improvement in joint pain and mobility. If you have health concerns, check with your doctor before starting, and consider joining a local group for motivation. Many communities offer senior-friendly classes like Tai Chi or dance that are gentle on the body and fun for soul. Find something you enjoy and let movement become a joyful part of your day. Mistake 3, not prioritizing nutrition. Now, let's move to nutrition, a topic that's close to my heart and vital for your health. Many seniors fall into the trap of eating poorly, whether it's relying on processed foods for convenience, skipping meals, or not getting enough variety. A 2020 study from Hue University in Vietnam found that poor nutrition in seniors is linked to a 25% higher risk of chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease, and certain cancers. Another study from the Journal of Nutrition in 2021 showed that a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains can improve cognitive function by up to 12% in adults over 60. Good food isn't just fuel. It's medicine for your body, helping you stay strong, energized, and resilient. Consider Susan, a 58-year-old from Sydney. After her kids moved out, Susan found cooking for one overwhelming. She started relying on toast, instant noodles, or frozen dinners, quick and easy, but lacking the nutrients her body needed. Over time, she felt sluggish, her joints ached, and her concentration waned. She even noticed her skin looked dull, and her hair was thinning. A friend, a retired nurse named Helen, noticed Susan's fatigue and suggested she try meal prepping simple, healthy dishes. Susan was hesitant. She wasn't much of a cook and thought healthy eating was too complicated. But Helen showed her how to start small, adding colorful vegetables like spinach, carrots, and bell peppers, lean proteins like grilled chicken or fish, and whole grains like quinoa or brown rice. Susan also swapped sugary sodas for water infused with lemon or herbal tea. Within weeks, her energy soared, her skin looked brighter, and she felt sharper mentally. Susan now enjoys experimenting with new recipes, like roasted vegetable salads or baked salmon, and even shares them with her book club. She's discovered that healthy eating can be simple and delicious. Here's a practical tip. Aim to fill half your plate with fruits and vegetables, a quarter with lean proteins, and a quarter with whole grains or healthy carbs like sweet potatoes. Limit processed foods, sugary snacks, and excessive salt, which can raise blood pressure. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 2,300 milligrams of sodium daily for seniors, ideally closer to 1,500 milligrams if you have high blood pressure. If cooking feels daunting, try batch preparing meals on weekends or exploring local meal delivery services designed for seniors, like Meals on Wheels. You can also talk to a dietitian for personalized advice. Many offer virtual consultations now. A 2022 study from the University of California found that seniors who increased their fruit and vegetable intake by just 2 servings a day reported a 10% improvement in energy levels. Your body deserves nourishment, not just convenience. so make food a priority. If you're finding these tips helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more advice like this. And in the comments, I'd love to hear what's one healthy food you love to eat or one you're excited to try. Share your thoughts below. I can't wait to read them. Mistake 4. Neglecting mental health. Mental health is just as vital as physical health, yet it's often brushed aside as just part aging. Feeling lonely, anxious, or down isn't something you have to accept. It's something you can address. A 2021 study in Hanoi found that 28.6% of seniors experience depression, particularly those with chronic illnesses or living alone. Another study from a National Institute on Aging in 2022 linked poor mental health to a 15% higher risk of heart disease and a 10% increased chance of cognitive decline. Your mind matters, and taking care of it can transform your quality of life. Let me tell you about Margaret, a 70-year-old widow from Texas. After losing her husband of 45 years, Margaret withdrew from the world. She stopped calling friends, skipped her church group, and spent most days alone, watching TV or staring out her window. She felt her spark fading, and her family noticed she seemed more forgetful and sad. Her daughter, Rachel, worried about her mom's isolation, suggested a local book club. Margaret worried she wouldn't fit in. Everyone would be younger or busier, she thought. But Rachel drove her to the first meeting, and something clicked. Sharing stories, laughing over coffee, and discussing books gave Margaret a renewed sense of purpose. She started hosting the club at her home once a month, baking her famous lemon bars for the group. Margaret's smile returned. Her memory seemed sharper, and she even started writing short stories inspired by the books she read. Her family noticed a lightness in her they hadn't seen in years. The research supports Margaret's transformation. A 2019 study from the University of California found that gratitude exercises, like writing down 3 things you're thankful for each day, can reduce stress by 23% in older adults. Social engagement, like joining a club or volunteering, can lower the risk of depression by 17%, according to a 2020 study in the Gerontologist. Mental health matters, and small steps can make a big difference. Try journaling your thoughts, practicing mindfulness for 10 minutes a day, or reaching out to a friend for a chat. If you're struggling, don't hesitate to talk to a counselor. Many offer telehealth options, making it easier than ever. You can also try community activities like a gardening club, a choir, or even an online class. A 2021 study from the University of Michigan found that seniors who engage in creative activities, like painting or writing, report a 15% improvement in mood. You're never too old to find joy, so take that first step toward connection and peace today. Mistake 5. Overlooking sleep quality. Poor sleep is a silent health thief, and it's one many seniors overlook. As we age, falling asleep or staying asleep can get harder. Maybe you wake up at 3 a.m., feel restless, or can't get comfortable. But brushing it off can hurt your health. A 2016 study in the Journal of Sleep Research found that poor sleep in seniors accelerates biological aging by 4 to 7 years, impacting memory, mood, and even heart health. Another study from the National Sleep Foundation in 2021 noted that seniors who get less than 7 hours of sleep nightly are 20% more likely to experience cognitive decline. Adults over 50 need 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep to function at their best. Alan, a 65-year-old from Bristol, struggled with sleep for years. He'd toss and turn, blaming it on getting old, but it left him irritable, forgetful, and low on energy. His wife, Mary, frustrated by his grumpiness, suggested a bedtime routine. Alan laughed it off. Routine sounded like something for kids, but he gave it a try to humor her. He stopped using his phone an hour before bed, sipped chamomile tea, and invested in blackout curtains to keep his bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. He also swapped his old, lumpy pillow for a supportive one. Within 2 weeks, Alan was sleeping through the night and felt sharper during the day. His wife noticed he was smiling more, had more patience with their grandkids, and even started tackling small home projects he'd put off. Alan's story shows that small changes can transform your sleep and, in turn, your life. Here's how to start. Set a consistent bedtime, even on weekends, to regulate your body's clock. Avoid caffeine after 2 p.m., as it can stay in your system for hours. Create a calming pre-sleep routine, maybe reading a book, listening to soft music, or doing gentle stretches. Keep screens out of the bedroom, as blue light from phones or tablets can disrupt melatonin production, according to a 2020 study from Harvard Medical School. If you're still struggling, talk to your doctor. Conditions like insomnia or sleep apnea are common and treatable. A 2020 study from the American Academy of Sleep Medicine found that treating sleep apnea can improve heart health by 15% in seniors. Good sleep is like a daily reset for your body and mind, so make it a priority. If you're waking up tired, don't accept it as normal. Take action to reclaim your rest. Mistake 6. Ignoring medication management. Medications can be a lifeline, but mismanaging them is a dangerous mistake. Seniors often juggle multiple prescriptions, and it's easy to skip doses, double up, or mix them with over-the-counter drugs. According to the MSD manual, seniors are at higher risk for medication-related complications due to age-related changes in metabolism and complexity of managing multiple drugs. A 2022 study from the American Pharmacists Association found that medication errors contribute to 15% of hospital admissions in adults over 65, with 20% of those cases involving preventable issues like missed doses or drug interactions. Robert, a 60-year-old from Perth, learned this the hard way. He was taking medications for his heart and diabetes, but didn't always follow the schedule. Some days he'd forget a dose. Other times, he'd take an extra one to catch up. He also took over-the-counter painkillers for occasional headaches without checking with his doctor. One day, he felt dizzy and weak, landing in the ER with dangerously low blood sugar caused by a medication mix-up. A pharmacist sat him down and helped him organize his medications with a weekly pill planner, clear instructions, and a medication list he now carries in his wallet. Robert also set phone reminders and checks in with his doctor before adding any new supplements, even something as simple as vitamin C. He feels in control and hasn't had a scare since. Robert's experience is a wake-up call. Medications are powerful tools, but they need to be managed carefully. Here's what you can do. Use a pill organizer to keep track of doses, especially if you're managing multiple prescriptions. Keep an updated list of all your medications, including supplements, and share it with your doctor and pharmacist. Always consult them before making changes, even for over-the-counter drugs like ibuprofen or antacids, which can interact with prescriptions. A 2021 study from the Journal of Clinical Pharmacy found that using pill organizers reduces medication errors by 30% in seniors. If you're overwhelmed, ask your pharmacist for a medication review to catch potential interactions or simplify your regimen. Many pharmacies offer free consultations, and some even provide pre-packaged daily doses. If you're tech-savvy, try a medication reminder app, but a simple notebook or calendar works just as well. This small step can prevent big problems and keep you feeling your best. Mistake 7. Avoiding social connections. Finally, one of the biggest mistakes seniors make is pulling away from social connections. Loneliness isn't just a feeling. It's a health risk as serious as smoking or obesity. A 2021 study from Vietnam showed that socially active seniors live up to 20% longer than those who are isolated. Another study from the National Institute on Aging in 2022 found that social engagement reduces the risk of dementia by 12% and improves heart health by 10%. Connection keeps your heart and mind strong, and it's never too late to build it. Joan, a 72-year-old from California, felt this firsthand. After retiring, she stopped going to her knitting group, thinking she was too old for social activities. She lived alone, and her days felt long and empty. Her arthritis pain even seemed worse, and she felt disconnected from the world. A neighbor, Linda, noticed Joan's withdrawal and invited her to rejoin the knitting group. Joan was nervous. She hadn't been in years and worried she wouldn't keep up, but she went, and the warmth of laughter, shared stories, and the click of knitting needles lifted her spirits. She even noticed her joint pain felt more manageable, likely because her stress levels dropped. Joan now hosts a weekly coffee morning for her knitting friends, and has become the highlight of her week. She's also started teaching her granddaughter to knit, passing on her skills and building new memories. Joan's story shows that connection can transform your health and happiness. The science backs this up. A 2020 study from the University of Michigan found that just 10 minutes of social interaction daily, whether a phone call, a chat with a neighbor, or a video call with family, can reduce feelings of loneliness by 15%. You don't need a packed social calendar. Small steps, like joining a local club, volunteering at a community center, or even smiling at a neighbor, can make a big difference. If you're shy, try online groups or classes to ease in. Many libraries and community centers offer virtual book clubs or hobby groups. A 2021 study from the University of Oxford found that seniors who engage in group activities like choirs or art classes report a 20% improvement in life satisfaction. Connection is medicine, so reach out today and let your community lift you up. As we wrap up, I want you to take a quiet moment to reflect. Which of these 7 mistakes hit home for you? Maybe it's skipping a checkup, letting exercise slide, or pulling back from friends. Whatever it is, you have the power to make small, meaningful changes that can transform your health and your life. These years are a precious gift, and with a few mindful choices, you can make them your most vibrant, joyful yet. Drop a comment below and share what you learned, how you're feeling, or one change you're inspired to make. I'd love to hear from you. If this video touched your heart or gave you a new perspective, please give a thumbs up, subscribe for more tips, and share it with someone you care about. Together, let's make aging a beautiful, healthy journey. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.